than this. We're Asheville's alternative rock, Alt 101.1.
Hey everyone, I'm CJ Toledano.
And I'm Alex Wong. If you want a podcast about the NBA and everything that's taking place off the court, I'm talking about fashion, I'm talking about social media, I'm talking about favorite post-game quotes, we've got you.
You know we're talking about starter jackets, Alex.
Yeah, I know, and you're going to remind me about the Charlotte Hornets one that my parents never bought me.
Ooh, I'm sorry about that.
Anyways, check out Running the Break with CJ and Alex on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The Vineyard Vines Golf Collection is packed full of quick-drying, moisture-wicking, and endlessly wearable performance gear. Take our on-the-go pants. Wear them for 36 holes on a 90-degree day and you'll come away dry, cool, and super comfortable. Or how about our Sankety Polos? If the wrinkle-resistant, lightweight performance fabric wasn't enough, they have UPF 30 sunblocking protection too. Your Move sunscreen. Shop the collection at vineyardvines.com and use code IHEART10 for 10% off your first purchase. Vineyard Vines, because every day should feel this good.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now, 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
From the Ingles Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radio Station.
I'm Christine Lisi. Plenty of offense and highlight goals expected when the NHL's Western Conference Final begins tonight. Features two of the league's most electrifying players as Connor McDavid leads the Oilers against Nathan MacKinnon and the Avalanche. Their speed is the same, but the players' styles are different, explains ESPN NHL analyst and Devils defenseman PK Subban.
I think McDavid, like you said, he's more of an F1 guy. He cuts in. You feel McKinnon's power and his strength on the ice when he skates. When he's galloping through the neutral zone, almost like Ovechkin, you know, when he first started to play and he would gallop through the neutral zone, pick up the puck, you could feel his presence on the ice.
Today, Alabama football coach Nick Saban addressed his Texas A&M comments that fired up Aggies coach Jimbo Fisher. Saban said he never should have singled out A&M, added he didn't really say anyone did anything wrong. Fisher took offense to Saban's comments 2 weeks ago, called them despicable, and said the Aggies never bought anybody. NBA 76ers center Joel Embiid had surgery on his injured right thumb and left index fingers. The team says he's expected to be ready in time for training camp.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. We're close, convenient, and known for our guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
In the heart of Beer City, USA, two men, one journey to create a sports show unlike any other. Unfiltered, raw, and honest. One of them played a soccer goalie opposite Ben Stiller. The other once scored 6 points on Steph Curry. These guys know their shit. Let's go! Tank Spencer, Jeremy Greene, the Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400. The Sportsocracy heard everywhere on the iHeart Radio app and seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click on that live video link. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can get in contact with us. Get into the chat. That is the best way to get in touch with us immediately. It is a Tuesday of a short week, a super short week for the Sportsocracy.
Yeah, we're here for a day, and then we're gone again, and then we're back for a couple days.
That's right. That's right. We're Braves baseball tomorrow afternoon, Memorial Day. By the way, how was your Memorial Day, Jeremy Greene?
I hurt my back, so I'm very cantankerous today.
You just can't.
I can't not play golf. All right, I catch a day off. I'm going to play.
You cannot catch a break. We got, of course, Thursday show. We'll talk some of the NBA with the NBA Finals tipping off, but I just want to give myself a little pat on the back. I called it Finals, Warriors, Celtics.
I did too. It just went exactly opposite of how I said it was going to go. So this show, since it's our one for the first 3 days of the week, let's combine all of the stories that we don't want to talk about into one.
Okay.
Man, the Celtics are terrible in close games. Sorry about your luck, Heat, but your entire team died. And go Rangers!
And go Rangers. The Rangers taking down the Carolina Hurricanes, knocking them out of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Sad time. I mean, everything.
I get one team in my area per. New York gets one team at a time. That's it.
That's all right. Just wait till you get swept by the Lightning.
Oh, and I'm sure I have no doubt that they will.
Right.
And you know what? I genuinely hate that the Hurricanes didn't advance, being that being the hometown team here. Mm-hmm. Very sorry, and I hate that for you. The Rangers haven't been to a Stanley Cup since I was 6 years old, so I would kind of. Well, they haven't won a Stanley Cup since I was 6 years old.
Right.
So, you know what? I feel like I deserve one.
I mean, it's sadness all around. I mean, the Carolina hockey team is out.
The NC State baseball team got absolutely housed. I want to know what NC State did to the NCAA that they must be punished one time a year, every year, in a different sport.
The Diamond Heels, the Tar Heels, winning the ACC championship over the weekend, and NC State gets left out of the field of the College World Series. It's unfortunate for NC State, but no tears are shed by this Tar Heel. Then you got the Charlotte FC firing their coach after 14 games.
Hey, I'm not even going to try to make sense of that.
No, it makes absolutely no sense. The team is showing some actual life in the MLS when people were billing them at the beginning of the season like this is going to be the worst MLS team ever. Not so much the case.
I feel like there's a story there that we'll hear sometime reasonably soon.
Well, apparently there's been some shifting and some restructuring up in the front office, and apparently the coach just wasn't their guy. Miguel Angel Ramirez out after 14 matches with the Charlotte FC. And so, yeah, if there's a deeper, juicier story there, we will bring that to you.
And so that is every story that has been talked ad nauseum today. And we kind of felt like you're probably tired of that.
Yeah.
It's 3 o'clock, day after holiday.
What's the home run swing?
Now we're going to talk about football.
That's right.
Football's what we do here.
2022 NFL bold predictions. We'll do the NFC in the first hour, AFC in the second hour. And let's start out with those Carolina Panthers because, you know, there's as many things as there are to like about this team, there's still a lot that's on the fence.
Well, and we posted this on our social media early this morning. Give us your boldest prediction. And surprise, surprise, being Carolina affiliates, we got a lot of Carolina's going to finish as a wild card team, or they're going to finish second in the division. I'm going to say this as nicely as I can because I love you all, and your enthusiasm is it's just the best. No, you are not.
No. No, I hate to break it to you. I don't think you are. I mean, even if everything goes perfectly.
If everything goes perfectly, you still finish third in this division. Because at the end of the day, for everything to go perfectly, this is going to have to be a sludge fest division where defense and the ability to run the ball are going to make you competitive.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, the New Orleans Saints do both of those things better than you do.
I would agree.
So, before you say Christian McCaffrey's better than Alvin Kamara, I don't disagree with that. The problem is I get 17 games of Alvin Kamara, and Christian McCaffrey has shown a predilection to miss a few.
So bold prediction number 1 for the Carolina Panthers. Christian McCaffrey plays blank amount of games.
I'll say, you know what? I have this number tattooed all over my body, so I'll go with 13.
I had in my head 12, and I think at that point it would be a win. You know, he's only played 5 games each of the last 2 seasons, so I think if you get 12 out of him this year, that's good. I would love to see him have a fully healthy season, but I just don't know.
And that's not actually my bold take for the Panthers.
Okay.
Here's my bold take. Sam Darnold is going to be way closer to those 4 games you saw of last year than the dreadful, holy good gracious, what was that?
Uh-huh.
And I'm afraid you're going to be put in the weirdest position humanly possible of what do you do now? Right. I think he's going to be just good enough that you have to have the discussion.
So you're in the Baker Mayfield situation.
I'm in the you're going to go 7-10, 8-9-ish. The defense will be really good. Statistically, he will turn the ball over more than you want him to. And then you'll get to next offseason and go, well, what do we do now? Because we have this quarterback that we drafted that nobody super believes in. He's fine. I think he's a career backup in the NFL, probably a top 45 quarterback. Mm-hmm. But Sam Darnold was better than that.
Mm-hmm.
And now do you pay him? And if you do pay him, how much do you pay him? Does the next coaching staff believe in it? And it's just going to be just a litany of questions.
If you don't have a magical season where he wins 10 games, somehow they're able to find 10 wins on this schedule. Don't ask me how, because I've been through the schedule so many times, and I can't ever come up with them having a winning record. The most I can come up with is 8-9. But,
that's about where I'm at.
But, and that's if everything goes really well. I mean, Sam Darnold, you know, he's got all these high hopes. He's out there, flashing the press and saying I could be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't know that any of us actually believe that.
No, I think he can be good. And I really apologize. I don't know who it was. Somebody in the comments said one of Jeremy's most famous lines, I would rather be 2-14 than 9-7.
Yep.
I think this is going to show you why that is, because I do believe they will overachieve. Now, I'm not getting into we're going to make the playoffs. I mean, you could. There is a path of outcomes that is one of them. I think that's very much on the high side. Mm-hmm. I think it's a very small percentage that it happens. I do think there's a much bigger percent chance that Sam is better than you think, and now you have pushed yourself into a conundrum, which is the exact opposite problem of the other team that's closest to us.
Oh, the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your bold prediction for the Atlanta Falcons?
My bold prediction for the Atlanta Falcons is Desmond Ridder's going to start more games than Marcus Mariota, and it's not going to look any different.
Really?
It will be 6 one way and half a dozen the other.
So first 6 games of the season, Mariota comes out and
I don't know that Mariota starts 6 games.
Really?
I don't know that he starts a game. There's 2 things about Marcus Mariota you have to remember. One, he's never been all that good. The best we've ever seen of him ain't great.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets hurt a lot. And I would say probably the most likely scenario, he catches a boo-boo in the preseason, Desmond Ridder comes in and starts, and the entire coaching staff goes, this looks exactly like what we just saw.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. A guy that can beat you with his feet. I think Desmond Ridder has a better arm. Not by much, but better.
So give me an over-under. Over-under games started by Desmond Ridder with the Atlanta Falcons this
year. I would take anything over, as long as I'm under 6.5.
Yeah.
I would aggressively go after that. And you can get that prop somewhere.
Yeah.
And I will bet you the number's probably 6.5.
I mean,
if I was setting it, that's what it would be.
The thing for the Atlanta Falcons is that they have drafted. They're much in the same position as the Carolina Panthers. However, I don't know. Maybe this is a question for the group. Is Sam Darnold greater or lesser than or equal to Marcus Mariota?
He's
greater, right? Sam Darnold,
greater.
We all believe greater than Marcus Mariota.
And I don't think it's even all that close.
All right. So you've already got Carolina Panther fans that are just over. They're over the Sam Darnold thing. They want Matt Corral to just come in, started right away. All that. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, you don't. I just want you to think about this. He was the third quarterback drafted in possibly the most grisly quarterback class ever.
But he was the number 3 quarterback on the Carolina Panthers board. Woo. It was an awful class, guys, just so you know. But the Atlanta Falcons have that same similar situation where you have the vet who nobody really believes in, and then you've got this rookie that it's just pie in the sky. And you say there won't be much difference.
No, I don't.
In Atlanta.
Well, I mean, the most popular player in every city where a team is not good is the backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a funny feeling that Atlanta is going to be one of those where Mariota comes out, turns the ball over. If he does, even if he gets the start in the beginning, he'll have one just grisly game because he's good for those. And the calls on Desmond Ridder will start immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the other side of this coin. Which team's in better shape long-term, Atlanta or Carolina?
Carolina.
I disagree with you, and
Really?
it's vehemently.
Really?
Who has the most cap space in the league next year?
I'm guessing it's Atlanta.
It's the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
It's the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
Had a great draft. That team got younger and more talented. And look, that's not a slight at Carolina. I would say Atlanta's in the top 6 to 7 in the league. Because I got news for you. Desmond Ridder and Marcus Mariota will not preclude them from taking C.J. Stroud.
No.
If this goes as badly as it could, they're still going to have that quarterback with good weapons, still a tradable asset in Calvin Ridley, and that team's set up pretty well.
Well, this is going to be a bad team. One way or the other.
Bad.
Right. It doesn't matter if it's Marcus Mariota or if it's Desmond Ridder. I don't think I feel that much differently about the team either way.
I don't at all. And I literally went through today and I went through the schedule of if Mariota started all 17 games, Desmond Ridder started all 17 games. They finished 4-13 both times.
Yeah, and your over-under is 4.5 wins on the season, and I'll take the under.
And I'll take the under, but it's close.
Right. So Atlanta's going to be bad either way. But Desmond Ridder will play more games than you think, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I can't put it past them. All right, let's talk about the rest of the NFC South division. We got the New Orleans Saints. Will Jameis Winston be the starting quarterback of this team for the majority of the season? There's already been talk.
Stop with the Baker Mayfield thing. I know where you're headed.
Yep. I heard it on the way in today. Colin Cowherd on Fox Sports Radio. He was talking about the perfect place for Baker Mayfield's got to be in New Orleans.
And
Jameis looks like he's limping at OTAs.
And he was comparing him to Drew Brees. Stop talking. Drew Brees was on a terrible Charger team that had LaDainian Tomlinson.
Right.
And that was it.
Yeah.
But that is an interesting comparison because my bold take for the New Orleans Saints, not only does Alvin Kamara play all 17 games, he leads the NFL in rushing.
Oh, wow.
I believe he will win the rushing title.
Really?
I do.
Really?
Fantasy football content will be starting in the next few days.
Yeah.
And that is the player that I keep getting in mock drafts where I'm like, why are you letting me do this at numbers that have 2 digits in them? You should really stop doing that.
You're getting him like the second round or at the back turn
I've got him
at
at the back end of the first a lot. And I keep looking at that going, you do realize that this team's not going to be as pass happy as you think they will be. And I'm looking at Kamara going, there's nobody to threaten that. What am I missing?
Right.
Are you afraid he's going to be suspended? Because that would be a game at most.
Not so pass happy because of who their coach is?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say they have all the weapons to do it. I mean, Jameis Winston comes from a pass happy offense in Tampa.
I don't know about all the weapons, but that team is built to be 60-40.
You got Jarvis
and be
Landry.
Really good running the ball.
Jarvis Landry, Michael Thomas, Chris Olave.
Okay, now let me say the opposite. I'm not trying to denigrate what you just said.
Okay.
Let me play devil's advocate.
All right.
Slot receiver, slot receiver, slot receiver.
Indeed.
Rookie, hurt all the time, never been a one.
Right.
I can play both sides of this. Now, I think this team's really good.
Look, I got into a conversation with a guy the other day in a draft room, and he was like, the reason that they went out and got Jarvis Landry is because Michael Thomas is cooked and they know it. No, that's not it.
It's not it at all.
In my opinion, it's because they're all slot guys.
Yep.
Because Jameis Winston had Chris Godwin as the number 2 receiver in football his last year in Tampa Bay. Running him out of the slot, he was really good at hitting him across the middle. Mm-hmm. So give him 3 guys that can do that, and then it's just bink, 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 bink. You get to dink and dunk all the way down the field.
That team is very slotty.
They are very slotty.
That is the slottiest team in the NFL.
They are indeed. Do you have a bold prediction for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I do.
Okay.
And I'm really curious to see you as a Buccaneer fan, how you're going to react to this.
Explode my head?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're better than I make it out to be.
Of course we are.
But it's not for the reason that you think.
Okay.
I think the defense is going to be really good.
Well, I mean, picking up Akeem Hicks today.
And that's not the reason I said that.
Mm-hmm.
I started looking at the schedule and how it breaks down. I do not think that's going to be a prodigious offense. I don't buy Leonard Fournette. I never have.
Mm-hmm.
He's like counting on a gas station hot dog. It will let you down at the most inopportune time humanly possible.
Mm-hmm.
Brady's 46. I don't want to see him throw it a billion times.
But he's going to.
But I'm looking at the defense going, man, I don't love your secondary, but that team is super multiple. Guys just all over the place.
Yep.
And this is Todd Bowles' shot. So you think of it, and this is a dichotomy of the things I've said about New Orleans and now what I'm going to say about Tampa Bay. You both now have coaches that do not want to play the way that you have played for the last 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying Tom's not going to win some of this. I'm also going to say I've watched Todd Bowles. I have bared witness to this. You're not throwing it 45 times a game.
But
that's not happening. That day is over.
But how much is the offense on him? Because they're keeping the Bruce Arians scheme. Bruce is still in the building.
Oh, Todd's not going to have a lot to do with the offense.
Yeah.
There's going to be I would say there will be a regression to the mean. Tom Brady led the NFL in pass attempts last year.
Yes, he did.
You're not doing that at 46, and you're not doing that coached by Todd Bowles.
No,
and it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and I especially don't think you're going to be doing that with half a season of Chris Godwin.
That's
think
another
about
part
it
of it.
outside of the weapons. I mean, we know what Mike Evans is. Mike Evans is unbelievable. He's done something in his career that nobody's ever done. 8,000-yard seasons to start off a career is unbelievable. But he's not going to have his Sundance Kid to his Butch Cassidy for much of the first of the season. And you get past that, and the weapons get kind of thin.
Well, and the other thing you got to look at, for me, is the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
You catch a lot of these games that look one way at face value, and then you dig into it and go, once it gets cold, you play a lot of Steelers, Ravens, Seahawks, Browns, Saints, 49ers. What do all those teams have in common?
Runners.
They're going to want to run,
Yep.
and they're going to be low-scoring games.
Hence one of the reasons that you bring in Akeem Hicks.
I can't agree anymore.
And now you have Akeem Hicks, Vita Vea, William Golston. All those dudes are good run stuffers. And
it's
they can
very
put some
multiple.
pressure on a quarterback, too.
Look, I think the Akeem Hicks pickup, one of the pickups of the offseason. I've been screaming that for the LA Chargers for about 3 months now.
Yep.
And that's what good front offices do. I think Tampa Bay will be very good. But I think it will be the defense impresses you more than the offense. The offense may even let you down to a point. Not that it won't be good, just it's not going to be that 5,000-yard passing offense that you're expecting.
Right.
You lean more on Fournette, play good defense. I still think New Orleans wins that division, but Tampa's obviously a playoff team and would be really difficult to deal with in January.
You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville on this one-off Tuesday. As had yesterday off or got tomorrow off. We're just talking some NFL bold predictions going down the NFC. We'll continue up next.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Well, the weather pattern's looking nice here into the midweek forecast. Just a stray storm at most here for the top of the work week. 61 degrees our low tonight, 85 on Wednesday. Isolated thunderstorms Thursday, 83 degrees, and the first weekend of June is going to be really nice here with low humidity Saturday and Sunday. High temps in the 70s, lows in the 50s coming up this weekend. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, make sure to cast your vote for the official combo meal of MLB at DQ.com. With Tim Anderson's Burger and Blizzard Meal and Bryce Harper's Burger and Blizzard Meal, you just have to try both. Vote for your favorite at DQ.com. Happy tastes good.
With all the Memorial Day sales going on, here's one you actually need from Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Schedule today and get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $119. Mention ESPN Asheville and you'll get a hallway clean for free. Schedule with ease at ZeroResAsheville.com. Zero Res, it's the right way to clean.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can save just by being you. DriveWise in the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback, and by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe just by being yourself. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other safe driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey folks, DG here. Y'all know I've always loved the slogan, Smiles Change Lives, which I first heard years ago from Dr. Rebecca Merrill of Asheville Smiles. I hope you will live that slogan here in 2022. Whether it's just time for a routine cleaning, you want to learn more about Invisalign, a great alternative to braces, you need a diagnosis and treatment plan, or if you don't have dental insurance, you just want to learn more about her special membership plans. 828-251-2426 or AshevilleSmiles.com.
I'm changing a lot. And that's thanks to the PhD weight loss program. I have lost over 66 pounds in 24 weeks with PhD weight loss. They are helping me find a new me. I'm wearing XL clothes for the first time in my adult life.
I actually played my first 2 rounds of golf of the year, and I discovered that the change is even more drastic than I thought it was. I used to struggle riding around in a cart. Now I can actually walk 18 holes, and it's all thanks to the program, nutrition, and weight loss that I have seen thanks to PhD weight loss.
You got a weight problem, you've been dealing with it your entire life? So have I. I remember when we went in there and they said, do you have a picture of yourself when you were at a healthy weight? And I went, yeah, when I was 4. So if I can do it, I believe you can do it as well. And your health coaches will give you all of the inspiration to keep going and to reach your weight loss goal. Just go to myphdweightloss.com. PhD Weight Loss is the official weight loss program of the Clemson Tigers and their fans. Rogue Combat Club, Asheville's home for comprehensive martial arts training, has a goal for our community, one that's stronger, more fit, and unwavers in its support of one another. Rogue Combat Club's instructors have competed at the highest levels and offer classes for everyone from young children to adults in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and wrestling. Rogue Combat Club classes can help you boost your self-confidence and self-defense skills while weeding out the egos and intimidation found at other gyms. Join today at roguecombatclub.com.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I am Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
The Sportsocracy.
Why are you smiling? Because I love football.
Yeah, that's right. And we're not, we're not too far away from the real kickoff of
100 days today. And tomorrow I will be kicking off a fun little series that has a Jay-Z lyric in the open.
Aha.
And you can assume, since today's 100 days, that means tomorrow is
99.
Aha.
Gotcha.
Aha.
Gotcha. All right. So is this going to be extra content
Oh,
on
yeah.
the YouTube channel?
Oh, yeah. Short, consumable.
There we go.
Funny. There's going to be a lot of funny.
If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click that live video link. Once you're on through to YouTube, click the subscribe button. Don't forget to like the videos as well. And once you're subscribed, you can get into the chat. And the Saints fans in the chat are not happy that
I have a feeling
anybody's talking about Baker Mayfield.
I think the Saints are going to be this year's Bengals for us. The only difference is that we didn't slight New Orleans.
Okay.
But seemingly we have wound up with a large group of Saints fans, and I'm fine with that.
I am too. I mean, Saints not my favorite cup of tea.
Oh, they're in your division.
They're in
See,
the
for
division,
me, I just get to sit back and go, they're going to win your division with your 8,000-year-old quarterback.
They very well may, but they'll need a hell of a season from Jameis Winston to do so. And look, I still believe in Jameis. I still believe that there's a good quarterback in him. We're talking bold predictions for the NFC coming up in this 2022 season.
If you're just joining us, we figure you have been inundated with Celtics, Warriors, the fun palaver that is the 2 days before the NBA Finals, and we thought we'd give you a little break from that.
That's right. So next bold prediction for the NFC, what is it?
You pick the team.
All right. How about this? I got a bold prediction.
Okay.
And it may not be that bold, but I believe the Dallas Cowboys will win the NFC East. And look, I just don't know about Philly. I don't know about Philly. I know they added A.J. Brown, and we've all got these happy little feelings about Nick Sirianni for some damn reason. I still just don't buy it. All the pressure is going to be on Dallas, and I don't buy Jalen Hurts. I think Dak will have a hell of a year this year. I think that running game continues to just pound opponents into the ground. Tony Pollard will probably have more rushing yards this year than Ezekiel Elliott. That's another bold prediction. I think that they will be able to do it and win the division comfortably.
Ooh, my turn?
Yeah.
I think the Dallas Cowboys will finish closer to the New York Giants than they do to the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Why?
At ESPN Draft Nerd.
Why losing all the faith?
I don't like Mike McCarthy. Never have. Probably never will.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy Ezekiel Elliott in the least. I think you have gotten worse at every position grouping. And then I looked at the schedule and went, nope. I'm good. You have fooled me enough times. I am not falling for it this year.
Uh-huh.
Washington got a ton of love on our socials over the weekend, setting up for this. And I'm not going to lie, the more I've seen it, the more I started to think, that sounds insane. And it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And I have now fully come to the conclusion. I think Philly's going to finish. They will win this division. Washington will be second. And I think the Cowboys will be closer to the Giants than they are to the other two.
Wow. I can't see it. I just can't see it. You still have so many playmakers just without Amari Cooper. And what? Lost too much on the offensive line?
The offensive line losses are going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're going to be able to run the ball. And now that everybody stepped up a spot, the passing offense was good.
Mm-hmm.
It put up great numbers. Mm-hmm. It was not an elite passing attack. And now you're pushing everybody up a peg. That's a recipe for bad. And I don't think the defense is all that good.
Well,
I think Micah Parsons is a transcendent player.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't buy the secondary. I don't buy Trayvon Diggs. And I think that's going to get exposed because exactly what Philadelphia did is exactly how you beat this team. And I think they're going to drag them one of those two games.
Okay. All right. So Philadelphia Eagles win the division, and the Dallas Cowboys end up closer to the Giants than they do the Washington football team.
At ESPN Draft Nerd.
Yeah.
I know we have a lot of people that like the Cowboys that listen to the show.
That seems like a whole lot of faith in Carson Wentz that I just cannot get on board with.
Oh, we'll get to that. Have no fear.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
All right, well, if that wasn't outside enough for you, how about, I don't know, quarterbacks doing drugs? Look, that's never a good idea.
Ryan Leaf.
Never a good idea. Had a hell of a name for that, though. But no, this is not about an NFL quarterback. This is about a fan-controlled football league quarterback. Yeah, quarterback Jason Stewart, he is now out of a job because, look, he thought fan-controlled football, maybe the rules are a little looser than most leagues, and so we're just going to go out here and we're going to have some fun. So he comes in. Look, he's a guy who hadn't played in 7 years, I believe it was. Got back on the field, played 4 games with his fan-controlled football league team, was the MVP of 3 of those games, and then in his last game, they scored a touchdown, and he just so happened to have a little party favor ready to go.
In his pants.
He had rolled up a wooey and had it in his pants, and when he scored the touchdown, he just lit up that J on the field.
You'll have plenty of time for rolling doobies when you're living in a van down by the river.
I mean, that takes stones right there. No, look. The Fan Control Football League tells all their players, you can do what you want to on your own time.
They don't test for this.
Right. We're not going to test for it. We don't have rules against it, but here's the problem.
However,
Jason Stewart was cut from the Zappers for violating
God,
league
his names
policy.
are awful.
Yeah. While the FCS fully supports players' responsible use of cannabis, unfortunately, it is still illegal in the state of Georgia and is banned by the venue and the hotel property partners. So our policy of not allowing smoking at these sites is well known by all players. And so here's another one. He's just having a little too much fun on the football field, got cut loose. He says he tweeted out and said, "Don't worry about me. I'll be fine." Okay. I'm glad you got your 4 games of FCF football under your belt, because you ain't going to be playing no more.
And they would have filed charges on him, except even though there were television cameras, still nobody saw it.
Yeah.
Tommy Pham and Jock Peterson somehow managed to have the most interesting story of the baseball season.
Yeah, they did.
And it had nothing to do with baseball.
Nope.
Tommy Pham open palm slapped Jock Peterson in the outfield over a fantasy football argument.
Brilliant.
We now have more information. Jock Peterson has shown the GIF that he sent in their group thread. And I now have a take on this that Tommy Pham's wrong. Jock Peterson was right. For one simple reason.
Explain.
Tommy Pham quit 5 weeks into the season. Invalid. Your argument is now invalid. You quit a fantasy football league midseason. I don't care why. You lost. Now, our poll question today is fantasy football worth fighting over?
No.
Absolutely, yes.
No.
Oh, absolutely.
Stop that.
Absolutely. Absolutely it is.
Maybe some of these big money leagues that you play in, but definitely not the freebie friends and family league. Like, I don't care what you're doing.
I understood every word you just said. I did not understand them putting that order. Why would you do this in a friendly league? Stop that.
Did you hear what the dispute was over, though?
Yeah, it's because he shared a meme, or it was a GIF of the Dodgers. It was the Dodgers, the Giants, and the Padres. And they were all weightlifters. And the Padres one lifted his up and then did a big old flip. And he was trying to say, you're just as talented, but you boo-booed it.
But the original fight started over, he had a player who was injured.
That's actually not true.
That's what he told the media.
Yeah, that was a lie.
Oh, okay.
Because he came back and said, here's what I shared that made him angry. And he showed the GIF on camera.
I was thinking that was what. So the disagreement started over the player that was injured that he put on IR, and then they started going back and forth, and then he shared
that story came out, and then that just completely went away.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's the thing. Is it in the rules? Do you have bylaws? If that were the case, let's say it was all about an IR player. Is it in the rules? No. Play on.
Yeah.
If you get to week 16 and you want to sit every player on your team so that the dog water team you're playing makes the playoffs, roll on. That's what you have rules for.
Yeah, I got threatened in one of my leagues that I've been in a long time because I drafted Deshaun Watson last year, and they wouldn't let me put him on an IR slot because he's not technically on IR. He was just ruled out every week.
My rule in fantasy football is always the same. If you don't want me to do it, then beat me.
Exactly.
Come at the king. You best not miss.
That's one of my favorite Jeremy Greene sayings. Fantasy football, definitely not worth fighting over.
And the solution, the only thing that Tommy Pham did right, if you're having a legitimate Facebook or fantasy football beef, open palm slap. Only acceptable way. Gentleman's agreement. Huzzah.
Gentleman's agreement.
That's the only time it's socially acceptable for one man to slap another man. Unless there is a glove followed by a duel. That's the only other time.
Right.
And that stopped happening in the 1700s.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag don't do crimes.
67% of those who have voted on the poll are on my side of this. No, fantasy football is not worth fighting over. Bold prediction for Carson Wentz this year. I have to hear this. I have to hear why you think Carson Wentz is going to be able to be at least serviceable for the Washington Commanders to be able to finish second in the NFC East division.
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah.
Not only will Carson Wentz play at least 15 games,
okay,
he will be the best quarterback in this division, statistically.
Stop that.
100%.
Better
and I
than
believe
Dak
it to
Prescott.
Yep.
How?
Exactly what I just said. I like the weapons in Washington. I think what you've added is good. You're going to get Terry McLaurin taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dynamic offense.
Mm-hmm.
I think the defense can't possibly be as bad as it was last year. And you'll put him in a better position to succeed. I think Dak Prescott's going to be behind a lot. And you know what I've seen from Dak? When he's behind, he gets really loosey-goosey with the football. I could see a lot of interceptions out of Dak.
Okay.
QB, and this is how I will measure this. Total QBR, at the end of the year, Carson Wentz will be the highest rated one in this division. And I think they finish second in this division. Whether they make the playoffs or not kind of depends on other teams throughout the NFC.
Okay.
But I could very easily see it.
You're expecting more from Curtis Samuel this year.
Absolutely.
He'll be an actual
Well, I mean, he
piece.
couldn't possibly be any worse than he was last year because
he
he was
couldn't.
non-existent.
That was kind of my point, was they expected him to do good things last year, and he just didn't.
Last year, he was a Sasquatch. I heard his name a lot, but I never actually laid eyes on him.
Right. Jahan Dotson has a good rookie year. I can't fault you for that. I like Terry McLaurin. You know how I feel
Logan
about
Thomas, Antonio Gibson.
Yeah.
There's a lot there.
Mm-hmm.
But you lost Brandon Sheriff. Yeah, I don't necessarily know that that's that huge of a loss. Yeah, he's good when he plays, but that's 10 games a year.
Yeah. And you replaced him with Norwell.
Andrew Norwell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little step
To
down.
me, not much of one. The good of Andrew Norwell is right there with Brandon Sheriff.
Okay.
Especially when you factor in Sheriff's only going to play 10 games.
All right.
I didn't even think that one was that spicy, and that seemed to catch you.
Again, I feel like the Washington Commanders are still a quarterback away. I feel much about this team.
It's so funny to me how much shade you throw at Carson Wentz.
As I did about the Denver Broncos.
It is
last year.
This is a much easier division.
Mm-hmm.
Drastically easier division.
Mm-hmm.
And their schedule, they got some favors done in the schedule.
Well, yeah, because they get to play the Giants.
Well, I mean, they get to play the other three teams in that division, which is the greatest favor that you could possibly have.
Right. All right. How about this for a bold prediction? I'm going to go to the NFC West.
Are you just skipping the other two teams in this division?
Oh, we're going to go team by team. I didn't think we had time for team by team.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay.
well, we got 32 teams. Guess we're just going to have to speed up a little bit, aren't we?
I guess so. All right, fire it away.
A.J. Brown leads the NFL in receiving yards.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why I think that.
All right.
He's the one receiver you could have paired with Jalen Hurts. Doesn't matter if you can hit him downfield. He is a yak monster.
Mm-hmm.
You will see him used in that Deebo Samuel role in this offense, and he is going to absolutely eat. And I think you will see something out of Jalen Reagor. Can't tell you how great it is, but something that says he should be on an NFL roster.
Should he be drafted in fantasy football?
Jalen Reagor?
Yeah.
If you are playing in a 28-team, 20-man bench league, then yes. Other than that, no.
I think every draft I have been in so far, I've seen, or mock draft, he's gone in like the last round.
Don't do that.
All right, the New York Giants.
They have one of their fan base, and I love you all dearly. And look, as a fellow New York football fan, I would love to pad you in your delusion of how good your team's going to be. They're not. I'm going to say that this offense is actually worse this year than it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
And you're unequivocally the worst team in this division. But a year from now, you're going to have Will Levis, and it will look much more inviting.
Okay. Much more easy to take, palatable.
Yeah, the spicy take for the Giants is your offense will actually be worse this year than it was last year.
Wow. Tyler Cunningham in the comments says Sam Howell's greater than Carson Wentz. Don't at me.
I'm not going to say that's wrong.
I'm going to say it's wrong, but not yet.
There was a comment on, I think it was from Ronnie George, that said Wentz would get hurt, Sam Howell would come in, and everybody would figure out that they made a boo-boo. I can agree with that one.
Yeah.
I still think it would be Taylor Heineke, but I do think teams will regret not taking Sam Howell.
Okay. All right. I believe that to be the case as well. I don't think Sam's there yet.
Oh, no.
Carson Wentz is still better than Sam Howell right now. Come next offseason, now we've got a major debate on our hands, depending on what kind of progress we see from Sam Howell. NFC North. What's the spicy take here? Because, Green Bay's just going to run away from this division, right? No? Okay.
My spicy take with Green Bay, defense is going to be great. The offense is going to be really clunky. Aaron Rodgers, obviously you believe in Aaron Rodgers. I think the X factor is actually Aaron Jones. And I could see his production going through the roof. I could see this being a much more run-heavy team than you've seen in the past. Look, I understand they added Christian Watson, and I'm looking at this receiver room going, you don't have a 1. I could argue you don't have a 2. You have a
slew of 3s.
Much like my dating record and my basketball career, it's just a slew of 3s. That's not great. And I think Minnesota's drastically improved. I do still think Green Bay wins this division. But I think the offense is going to be clunkier than people think. The defense will be the saving grace because I think the defense is really good.
Right. I think Robert Tonyan will be Robert Tonyan of 2 years ago. I think he will finally be or he will be back to what he was 2 years ago when he was a Pro Bowler, all-pro tight end. I think it's just got to. Because it does.
He will have a big
Aaron
role
doesn't
in
have
this
the other
offense.
pieces.
He will have see, to me, I look at Green Bay and go, you're going to have about 4 receivers that are between 500 and 700 yards receiving. Aaron will probably throw for 4,500 yards. Probably have a couple more interceptions than you're used to because that's always been his claim to fame is that he didn't do that. Well, now you've got such a young receiving corps. You're going to catch some batted balls, slips through somebody's hand. Interceptions go up. Offense is a little clunky. Minnesota's closer than you think.
Who's the leading rusher for this team?
Aaron Jones. Not
Really?
close.
Not close?
Not close.
Whew. You know, it was almost split last year.
Don't care. Not
Okay.
close.
All right. I can't wait for the first complaint. You always complain. Aaron Jones gets left out by the coach.
Oh, yeah. Matt LaFleur, I feel like they go to lunch every Wednesday, and if Aaron Jones doesn't offer to share his appetizer, then Matt LaFleur just goes, 8 carries. That's the only rational explanation of you have a running back this good that you completely forget about 4 games a year.
All right, so the Minnesota Vikings will be close in the division. That's your bold take on them?
My bold take is they make the playoffs, and I could see them winning a game. Justin Jefferson is everything you could have ever expected.
Yep.
Now, if you want a player prop for Minnesota, Irv Smith will finish in the top 8 of yardage among tight ends.
Ooh. Okay.
When we do fantasy football content, there's a name that you're going to hear me say one time a whole bunch of times.
Irv Smith, hopefully healthy this year. We've been waiting for the breakout season for him. Jeremy says it's going to be 2022. I'm looking forward. I think Jalen Naylor's got a good opportunity to be that next wave, that next good receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. I want to see how much he gets involved.
I would say it's probably very little. I
think
think
so?
you said KJ Osborne in a strange way.
Yeah. Again, KJ Osborne's just one of those guys. I mean, he's fine, but is he
if
a
you get
special
to that,
talent?
No. But you have a pseudo-healthy Adam Thielen gives him a lot more opportunity.
Okay. All right. How about the Detroit Lions?
This is the one where I think you might I need you to brace yourself so you don't swear on live radio.
Okay.
The Detroit Lions will have a top 10 offense in the NFL.
I don't really hate it. I don't really hate it at all because I look at those weapons and I go, if Jared Goff is half competent, if he's 80% of what he was in the Super Bowl year with the LA Rams, this could be a dangerous offense.
You have one very good and one very competent running back. One of the top 6 tight ends in the league. Be honest with yourself. Somebody asked me this over the weekend, and I laughed when they said it, and then I started thinking about it and went, nope, that's not as crazy as I thought it was. How many teams in the NFL, come November when Jameson Williams comes back, how many teams in the NFL would you take their weapons over Detroit's?
It's only a handful.
It's 6. That's how many I got to.
Yeah, okay.
They were 7, and I went, I can't. And I was trying to put teams in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
That offense is going to be good. The question is the defense, and I'll be honest with you. I get Aaron Glenn. I trust Aaron Glenn. I have long said if I was running a franchise, he would be my head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he will do good things with this team, and they're going to be much better than you think.
The defense is going to be the downfall for this team.
It's just young.
But they will be able to outscore some people.
I think of the 11 projected starters, there's one that's above 26 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you're going to have your ups and downs. But I think it will get better as the year goes along, and they're going to be a team at the end of the year that you don't want to play.
And that offensive line's going to be good, too. I mean, another year of Penny Sewell. You got some good players.
The line's very good.
Yeah, you got some good players on that team, or on that offense. All right, how about the Chicago Bears? Bold prediction.
Worst team in the NFL.
I don't know.
And I don't think it's all that close.
I don't think that's all that bold.
Well, I mean, what would you like me to say here? Because if I say anything nice about the offense, I'm flat out lying.
Right.
I think that is the worst team in the NFL.
David Montgomery rushes for 900 yards.
I don't think that's any spicier than what I just said.
It's not. It's not. It's about as big of a limb as I want to go out on with this team.
That's the thing. There's no limb to go out on.
Right.
There's no receiver that I feel good about. The defense is brutal, and this is going to be ugly.
You are in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville. We'll talk NFC West. Bold predictions for 2022 coming up next.
Did you know Ingles only sells USDA Choice and Prime cuts of meat? Maybe it's time to reward yourself. Our butchers cut all our meat fresh in the store every day. Grass-fed, organic, you name it. Not only that, we'll even cut it to order just the way you like it. And we grind meat fresh in the store multiple times a day. It's all in the bag. That's the best meat in town for the best folks in town. Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WBNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WBNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WBNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
On Sunday, June 12th, get set for a brand new race, the Rad Half Marathon and 10K. Both races start in downtown Asheville at Pack Square, run through city parks where there'll be live music, across the French Broad River, through the woods, and finishing up in the River Arts District. Plus, you'll get a cool shirt, free goodies, and an awesome finisher medal. Part of the proceeds benefit the Asheville Humane Society and the I Dream Athletes Foundation. For more information and to get signed up, visit idaf.net, idaph.net. Proudly sponsored by iHeartMedia Asheville.
The Vineyard Vines Golf Collection is packed full of quick-drying, moisture-wicking, and endlessly wearable performance gear. Take our on-the-go pants. Wear them for 36 holes on a 90-degree day and you'll come away dry, cool, and super comfortable. Or how about our Sankety Polos? If the wrinkle-resistant, lightweight performance fabric wasn't enough, they have UPF 30 sunblocking protection too. Your move sunscreen. Shop the collection at vineyardvines.com and use code IHEART10 for 10% off your first purchase. Vineyard Vines, because every day should feel this good.
Women's voices need to be heard. Now they can be. Seneca Women and iHeart are proud to announce the winners of Seneca Women to Hear. Search for the next great female podcasters. The 10 winners will attend the Seneca Women Podcast Academy and launch their own podcasts on iHeart on the Seneca Women Podcast Network with support from founding partner P&G. With its brands like Pantene, Olay, and Secret, P&G is dedicated to creating a more equal world where we see equal, choose equal, and hear equal. Learn more about the podcast at senecawomen.com.
People here are raving about QC Kinetics and how regenerative medicine has changed their life. People like Helen, an avid mountain climber who got sidelined when an accident left her knees in constant pain.
I was not able to train or do really anything on my knee.
Helen was told surgery would be her only option. But then she found QC Kinetics and was treated with natural biologics designed to repair and restore tissue in her knees. 3 months later, she was climbing the highest mountain in North America.
I got a very quick resolution to my pain. I began treatment in March, and I summited Denali June the 7th. It was super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
Get your life back with lasting results. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today.
Call QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517.
Summer is here, and so are the savings this Memorial Day at Lowe's. Protect your soil from the heat with our Scott's Naturescapes mulch. Get 5 bags for just $10. And get your harvest going with our 3 for $12 Select Bonnie 19.3-ounce vegetables and herbs. The savings are heating up this Memorial Day exclusively at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. Mulch offer Lowe's.com, quantity limited to 25 units per item per transaction. Bonnie offer in-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location.
The Sportsocracy.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
2022 NFL bold predictions on this Tuesday, May 31st here in the Sportsocracy. We're coming to you live from the Ingles Studio. Ingles Supermarkets, low prices, love the savings, and the NFC West. Okay, now I'll do the NFC West. Bold prediction. One team from this division makes the playoffs. That's my bold prediction. And here's my thought behind it, because I agree with you on the Minnesota Vikings. I agree with you. There are a lot of wins on that Minnesota Vikings schedule, potentially, and it's going to be a dogfight between them and the San Francisco 49ers to make the playoffs. And if you're telling me that I get Minnesota and those weapons and that offense against a Trey Lance that I'm not sure how good he's going to be, could be.
I'm going to wrap two of these into one. Currently, name me the player in the NFL that has the biggest percent of handle to win MVP.
The biggest percent of handle to win MVP.
Most number of tickets that have been wagered upon them.
I don't know.
It's Trey Lance.
What?
Now, it's a very large number, which is why the handle is so high.
I got you. All right. I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Here's what I will say. To me, San Francisco comfortably makes the playoffs. They got a lot of favors done with the schedule. I believe by the end of this year, Trey Lance will be better than Cam Newton ever was at exactly what Cam Newton did.
Wow.
He's just in a better situation.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to press the ball downfield. I think he has a better arm. But he's going to be able to have training wheels because you've got a Deebo Samuel, George Kittle that apparently people think he just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Right.
Catching him in the 5th round right now. Gonna need you guys to do better, okay? If you're out there doing mock drafts,
keep doing what
I'm
you're
going to
doing.
need you to do better than that because that's not good.
Just keep doing what you're doing. Let you know.
Now, the other side of this, I do still think the Rams are going to win this division.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just going to be lather, rinse, repeat of last year. I don't think the defense is as good.
I don't either.
So my spicy take with the L.A. Rams, the offense is actually going to be more prodigious than it was last year.
Oh, I thought you were talking about San Francisco.
No, San Francisco will be, to me, they're clearly a playoff team. But I think Trey Lance will be, I'm not saying he's an MVP candidate. To me, that's a little bit of crazy talk.
Mm-hmm.
I do think he will be better than Cam ever was.
I think it's going to take 11, 12 wins to make the playoffs.
I don't.
You don't think so?
Not at all. Not in the NFC.
Really?
No. Good Lord, no. I think there'll be a 9-8 team makes playoffs in the NFC.
Huh.
Now, it's funny you said it that way.
Yeah.
The Arizona Cardinals. Nathaniel McQuirt said this on our Facebook page, and I'm going to echo it. The Arizona Cardinals will finish below 500. Not sure it'll be all that close. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury is employed with 5 games left in this season.
Mm-hmm. Lots of drama surrounding that team. D-Hop's not going to be around for the first 6 games of the season, which are all losable games for the Arizona Cardinals.
My fear with Arizona is it's going to start bad, and it'll just never get on track.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have what will be instability with Kingsbury, and it's just going to be gross and ugly and
I'm going to go back to something I said, I think, 2 weeks ago. I would much rather the San Francisco 49ers hang on to Jimmy Garoppolo and just continue the maturation process with Trey Lance.
Not going to happen.
I know you can't. I know you,
Not gonna happen.
you put too much draft stock in. I get it. The capital and all that.
And then one on the way out. Kenneth Walker will be the leading rookie running back in the NFL. And I don't think it will be all that close.
No, I think he's the one that's stepping into the best situation.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because you think about Breece Hall, he's got Michael Carter to contend with. In
James
New York.
Cook has Devin Singletary.
Yep.
Kenneth Walker. If I was drafting a rookie running back in fantasy football this year, it would be Kenneth Walker.
It would be Kenneth Walker. All right. There you have it, your 2022 bold predictions. I'll give you one. I think Elijah Mitchell's going to win the rushing title, at least for the NFC.
I'm not sure he's even the starter for San Francisco.
You don't think – what? Who's going to start?
Oh, who knows? San Francisco just kind of they spin a bottle and go, hey, give that guy carries.
Oh, let's take a look at the depth chart. Behind
it's
Elijah
not
Mitchell.
Trey Sermon. I can't tell you who it is, but
Jeff Wilson Jr., Trey Sermon, JaMychal Hasty. Those are the three behind him right now.
They have a rookie, and I can't remember now off the top of my head who it is.
They do.
I can't remember what his name is, but he's there's a better than zero chance that he's real good.
All right.
I'll look it up in the break.
All right. You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville. Almost time for the Sports Center update. We will continue with the 2022 bold predictions. Do the AFC coming up after the Sports Center update here on ESPN Asheville. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel. Go to thesportsocracy.com. Click on the live video link. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can get with us in the chat.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Well, the weather pattern's looking nice here into the midweek forecast. Just a stray storm at most here for the top of the work week. 61 degrees, our low tonight, 85 on Wednesday. Isolated thunderstorms Thursday, 83 degrees, and the first weekend of June is going to be really nice here with low humidity Saturday and Sunday. High temps in the 70s, lows in the 50s coming up this weekend. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Discover. If you're a valued customer, you deserve a simple gesture of appreciation from your credit card company. And that's why Discover matches all of the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can save just by being you. DriveWise in the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback, and by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe just by being yourself. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other safe driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, DQ fans. Make sure to cast your vote for the official combo meal of MLB at DQ.com. With Tim Anderson's Burger and Blizzard Meal and Bryce Harper's Burger and Blizzard Meal, you just have to try both. Vote for your favorite at DQ.com. Happy tastes good.
It's summertime and you're on the move. And now you can bring your favorite radio station, just like this one, with you wherever you're going. When you download the free iHeartRadio app, have something to say, tap the talkback mic and send a voice message. You might even end up on the radio. In the mood for music? Explore thousands of playlists to match your vibe, from summer to sleep and everything in between. And listen to the most popular podcasts on the planet, all for free. And all waiting for you now on the free iHeartRadio app. Discover music, radio, and podcasts you
From
love.
the Ingles Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radio Station.
I'm Christine Lisi. Two of the NHL's best players in the spotlight when the Western Conference Final opens tonight. Edmonton's Connor McDavid and Colorado's Nathan McKinnon. There should be plenty of highlight goals, end-to-end action in the series between the Oilers and Avalanche. Two teams averaging more than 4 goals a game this postseason. On the I Am Athlete podcast, defensive tackle Aaron Donald said if he and the Rams can't agree to a new contract, he'd be at peace. Said it's not about the money, it's a business at the end of the day. He also indicated his decision to return for the 2023 season season is contingent on a new deal. The Rams really have no choice but to accommodate Donald, believes ESPN's Dominique Foxworth.
You cannot take the best player, the best defensive player in all of football off of your team and expect to still be as highly rated as they expect to be. So if they plan on repeating or being competitive, they need to find a way to pay this man, because not only does he make plays for himself, but he makes plays for everybody around him. He's the best defensive player in football in the last decade plus.
Donald is signed through 2024, but he has no guaranteed money remaining on his deal.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. We're close, convenient, and known for our guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
He's a degenerate gambler.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
And he's cheaper than oxygen.
He's useless.
But somehow, they make it work. Jeremy Greene, Tank Spencer. There's no holding back in the Sportsocracy, presented by Ingles Supermarkets.
And welcome back into the Ingles Studio here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sportsocracy, as always, heard everywhere, live or on demand. Take us with you everywhere you go with the iHeartRadio app. You also can watch us live on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click on that live video link. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can join us in the chat. By the way, Ty Davis-Price.
That was the name I was trying to think of.
He's the rookie running back for the San Francisco 49ers.
And I was in like with him, not in love with him, but they did use a second-day pick on him.
Yes, they did. Anyhow, we're talking 2022 bold predictions here on this Tuesday afternoon. Hope everybody had a fun Memorial Day weekend. I know I had a good time. Finally got into the pool with the kids and you know, had a little cookout yesterday. It was a whole lot of fun. Jeremy threw his back out playing golf again.
I did. It's very uncomfortable, and I'm not enjoying it even a little bit.
So good news is tomorrow, Braves game in this slot, so you'll have some time to rest up. Hopefully you'll be back and ready and raring to go on Thursday when we return. But in the meantime, we'll talk AFC bold predictions as we did the NFC in the first hour. And in the AFC West, I mean, it is just going to be a murderer's row of teams. With the Los Angeles Chargers, of course, the defending champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. And then you got the Broncos with Russell Wilson. You got Devontae Adams and Derek Carr hooking up again with the Las Vegas Raiders. What's your bold prediction for the West?
The Kansas City Chiefs do not win this division. The Kansas City Chiefs do not finish second in this division.
Really?
They finished third in this division.
Wow. You
still make the playoffs.
You got them behind both the Chargers and the Raiders.
I do. And it's not even just because of Tyreek Hill. It's the death by 1,000 paper cuts. The thing that nobody seems to want to talk about. No Tyrann Mathieu.
Right.
Everybody forgets it with the Saints, and they don't want to talk about it with the Chiefs. That was the X-factor piece that made up for a lot of ills with that defense.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jones is fantastic. They have some young pieces that I really like. The end of the day, the defense is not particularly good, and you have to come up against so many good offenses. I do think they make the playoffs, but I think it will be as a wild card.
Okay. All right. I could very well see them not winning this division either, but it is still Andy Reid. It is still Patrick Mahomes. You still have, Juju Smith-Schuster.
And I think all of that will be fine.
Mm-hmm. Travis Kelce, obviously. The offense is still going to be really good. The defense, though, is a very big question mark. And outside of Nick Bolton, how much you still don't have much linebacker help.
No,
it's the one
there's
thing
just a lot
for
in the back
4 years.
seven that I really don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And in this division, you're nitpicking everything because all 4 of these teams are good.
Yes.
Even the one that I'm going to throw a decent amount of shade at here momentarily.
Mm-hmm.
They're even really, really good.
So the bold prediction for the AFC West, Kansas City Chiefs do not win the division. Who does?
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, stop it.
I think the Las Vegas Raiders are going to win this division.
Devontae Adams was the one thing they were missing.
Well, and Chandler Jones. You seem to be forgetting that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You got one of the best pass rushers in the league. And one of the best pass rushers in the league. That cures a lot of ills.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they're done. I've heard them attached to a slew of names that could bulk up the back half of that defense. And offensively, they are going to be ridiculously good.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculously good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I say all this, I think in my scenario, the Raiders have 12 wins, the Chargers have 12 wins, the Chiefs have 11 wins. Raiders win the tiebreaker.
Okay.
I'm not slighting any of these teams. You're not coming out of this division with less than 4 losses. It's just not going to happen.
I agree.
I don't care how good you are.
I got the Chargers at the top. I think the Las Vegas Raiders are a close, very close third. But that's just because I can't see the Chiefs completely falling off, and you're not either, saying that they're all going to be 11-plus win teams. I kind of feel the same way. I got the Chargers at the top. I just feel like the additions that they have made, that defense is going to be insane with Brandon Staley at the helm, and the offense is going to be killing again.
The Chargers are the most talented team in this division. They also have 3 separate stretches in the schedule where I don't see how you come out of that intact.
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders don't have that. And I feel like Josh McDaniels catches more shade than he should. I also think it's going to take about half of a season before Brandon Staley figures out, oh, wait a minute, I'm better than all of these teams. I don't have to do these stupid things that'll cost you a game or two.
Yep.
I do believe Brandon Staley will cost them a game or two.
Okay. Still.
Swears
he's learned his lesson. But
now, you'll win a game that you probably shouldn't based on doing that, playing the percentages.
Yeah. But as every girlfriend that Jeremy's ever had knows, once you get a little bit of that gambler in you, you can never get it out. So
at Sports Think ESPN. At Sports Think ESPN.
Derek Carr's got a lot of weapons. This offense is going to be crazy. This whole division is going to be crazy. It's going to be headline material each and every week of the NFL season. Now, the one team we haven't talked about, the Denver Broncos.
My fear with Denver, they're going to be good at everything and great at nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's my biggest fear. I love Javonte Williams. Love him. Think he will be one of the top 10 running backs in the NFL.
Okay. Even with Melvin Gordon back?
Don't care. Melvin Gordon, that'll be a 65-35 split, most likely. They brought him back for next to nothing. But I don't see anything that I think you're going to be prodigious at. You'll be able to get after quarterbacks, but you're not elite at it.
Mm-hmm.
Could argue you're the worst team in your division rushing the passer.
Agreed.
And you just keep doing that. And it's death by 1,000 paper cuts of, yes, you're good, and I think you're going to go 8-9, 9-8, somewhere in there. I can't put you in the class of the other 3 teams of the division. I just can't do it.
Right.
You have a first-year head coach that I know plenty about. Last year I said if I was hiring a coordinator, that's who I would hire to take over my team.
Mm-hmm.
But now you have a quarterback going into a new system, a lot of moving pieces on the defense. And who's the guy? The guy on offense. Every team in this division has a guy, and that sets my fear.
Uh-huh.
Who's the guy that 4th and 3 at the 5-yard line, I have got to score? Where are you going? Is it Cortland Sutton?
I would
Is
go
it Jerry Jeudy?
I would go Jerry Jeudy just because of his route running ability. You know, he's going to find a way to get open, but here's the thing. He's struggled with drops.
And I just look at that team and go, it's a slew of 2s.
Mm-hmm.
And look, you got 3 of them. Very good in that regard. The weapons are good. But like I said, in this division, it's going to be a murderer's row.
Tim Patrick's the 2 to you?
No, I was more talking about Albert Okwuegbunam. Just simply because he's such a mismatch nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
He's so big. He's so fast.
And our rookie little boyfriend from UCLA, Greg Dulcich.
They have a lot of toys.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know that you have a guy. And I think that may be problematic early. They were a team that when the schedule came out, I looked at it and it would be really nice if you had caught some favors.
Mm-hmm.
And getting the Seahawks and the Texans week 1 and 2, that's a favorite. Then you go 49ers at the Raiders, Colts at the Chargers. That is a tremendously difficult way to get to know one another.
All right, now let's go on the opposite side of the compass to the AFC East. We'll talk about your Jets, Jets. How you, what's your bold prediction for your Jets this year?
The Jets will be the best awful team in the NFL.
The best
They
awful
will be the
team.
best awful team in the NFL because the record is going to be Gnarls Barkley.
6 wins.
Ish.
Okay.
Could I see it being 5-12? Could I see it being 7-10? I could see it being 9-8 on talent.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is you're going to have to catch so many breaks because the schedule's awful. For as bad as the NCAA hates NC State, the NFL hates the Jets that much. Because that is the most god-awful schedule you could have possibly had. It's horribly backloaded. But my bold prediction for the Jets has absolutely nothing to do with the record.
Okay.
Zach Wilson will prove to be the best quarterback that came out of that draft class.
Okay.
I think Trevor Lawrence has a much safer floor.
Mm-hmm.
The upside with Zach Wilson, with the talent around him, is intoxicating.
Yep. He does have a lot of talent around him. I don't think it's going to be too long before Garrett Wilson, maybe even the start of the season, Garrett Wilson's the one.
I heard a comp to Garrett Wilson, and I had somehow through the whole process, I never heard this. And I don't see it, but it made me feel all
warm and fuzzy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Compared Garrett Wilson to Devontae Adams, his ability to just high point a football.
Yikes.
And I'm looking at all this going, man, this team is so talented, but you're a year away. You're 1 year away. You're going to finish either third or fourth in this division. The schedule will be much nicer next year. Draft pick will be good. This is another good draft class coming up. I think the Jets are a year away.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets are – now, if there's a team that could just catch us all, and this is not me being a homer, if there's a team that everybody thinks is going to be terrible that winds up being good, why is it the Jets? I've gone through every other team in the league trying to figure out who could possibly make a run to the playoffs that people universally think are in the bottom quarter of the NFL.
I mean, you go up and down their roster, really find me the place where they're just dead.
Linebacker.
What position?
Linebacker. They are bad at linebacker.
I mean, even if C.J. Mosley
is
some kind
is
of a
bad.
rebirth.
A rebirth.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of nice ways that I can say this. That would have to be one heck of a rebirth.
I will say that is obviously the position group that they are the least talented in.
And even then, you're looking at – they're still talking to Quan Alexander. That report came out from Pro Football Talk today.
How much is he going to give you?
In that offense, and I'll tell you, you just mark my words, I've long said you can think I'm a complete moron with 31 of 32 teams.
Mm-hmm.
You watch what I'm getting ready to say happen.
Okay.
Deion Jones. But he was terrible with the Falcons last year. Yeah, because he's not a 3-4 outside line. He's not a 3-4 linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what system he plays in? The one the Jets play in.
Right.
I would wager he's not a Falcon 24 hours from now.
Oh, okay.
And him next to – now we're talking.
Right.
Because he does exactly what C.J. Mosley does not do. And that is something I look at and go, ooh, that could be good.
So he takes the C.J. Mosley spot, or he plays in the
He would play
Williams?
beside him. It would be Quincy Williams, Deion Jones, C.J. Mosley, and I don't think that takes you out of Quan Alexander either. In that system, the thing that Robert Saleh does is I need to have a lot of players that I can just rotate in and out.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have one of the best defensive lines in the league. Believe me or not, totally up to you.
Right.
They have one of the most multi-talented players in the league that nobody talks about, and his name is John Franklin Myers.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be able to get after quarterbacks. And that secondary is really good.
All right. We shall see.
But the record's not going to be good.
Yeah, you got talent all over the place.
The Jets fans at the end of this year will be the happiest 5-12 fan base you have ever seen.
Okay. Bold prediction for the division. I mean, is there any hope that anybody wins this division other than Buffalo Bills? No. So
you can try to be spicy. There's being spicy and there's being stupid.
Right.
If you misspell spicy, it also starts with an S and has 6 letters. They're very close sometimes. Buffalo's winning this division.
I think the boldest prediction is that the New England Patriots will be the worst team in the division.
I think they will be the worst team in the division. I can't tell you they're going to have the worst record.
Mm-hmm.
I think they will. The schedule's ugly. There's not a lot to love there. They're going to try to win games in a way that I don't love.
We've been trying to forecast the downfall of the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick for really hard at it for the last 2 years since Tom Brady left. Obviously, the Cam Newton thing, they didn't have a quarterback to bring Mac Jones in last year, and, there you go. They had a chance to win the division with just a few weeks left in the season. And, of course, they fell apart, and we all know how that shaped up. But I really look at this team and go, you put on paper your roster with everybody else in this division, and I'll take them all.
All of them. And it's not really all that close.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have Bill.
Yep.
You still have Mac Jones, who's not going to beat you. I mean, my spicy take is you're the least talented team in the division, and you're not going to finish last.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure you don't finish second. How you're going to do it, I have no idea. This will be the greatest pull a bunny out of your hat magic trick you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't tell you it's not going to happen.
Miami Dolphins finished second in the division. That's my prediction.
Miami's probably who I have the spiciest take on of all. My spicy take on the Miami Dolphins, Teddy Bridgewater starts more games than Tua Tagovailoa does, and it's a drastic improvement.
Based on talent. They will look at Tua and go, no, you're done. You can't do this. We're going to Teddy.
You tell me where I have gone completely out of my mind.
Okay.
This team starts New England at Baltimore, Bills at the Bengals, at the Jets, Vikings, Steelers. What does every team that I just said have in common?
What?
They're all good defensively.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. The Bengals are the worst defensive team I just said. You're telling me there's no path that this team's sitting at 2-5 going, what is happening right now? Tua's turned the ball over a ton, and they just look at it and go, you know what? We spent the money on Teddy for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go Lions, Bears, Browns, who may or may not have Deshaun Watson, bye week, Texans. Look at us just putting the season right back on track.
Right.
I could easily see that happening.
I see zero chance of that happening.
I
Because
don't.
if you've got that opportunity later in the season, because I think Tua will still get that. He will still get that. But, it depends on how competitive they look in those games. Obviously, if they're getting blown out and the offense can't
that's
move.
the thing. I don't think they're going to get blown out. What I think is going to happen is they're going to have a series of 20-17 games where they just cannot score.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at it and go, okay, the running backs aren't the problem. The offensive line's not the problem. The weapons are the problem. What's the problem?
Quarterback.
Tua. When you put this much money into the offense, it's truth serum.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem. I've gone back and watched Tua tape from the beginning to now.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert looks like a completely different player. Joe Burrow looks like a completely different player.
Yep.
We did quarterback power rankings last week. I had Joe Burrow at 1.
Mm-hmm.
I had Justin Herbert in top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Tua's not in the ballpark.
No.
And the problem is that you're going to be compared to those two for the rest of your life. And now you have these Super Bowl aspirations, and I don't think this is going to start well. Didn't say it wasn't going to end well. And then you look at Teddy and go, well, that's Mr. Consistency, and that's all we actually need.
Yeah.
Think about this offense. We've seen this several different ways. I've seen game manager quarterback be phenomenal in this. I've seen game manager quarterback take you to a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I've never seen? The quarterback that I don't think can make a high-level throw on time, accurate, I've never seen that work in the system.
Right.
And that is my biggest drawback on him. There is no zip on some of these passes.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what this offense is predicated on. I did not like the fit when they hired Mike McDaniel, and I love Mike McDaniel. I don't love the fit with Tua, and I never have.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to manifest itself pretty quick. And I can't even tell you it's not an injury. That's a what I don't try to forecast those.
Right.
You never want anybody to get hurt. I could see a path that one way or another, Tua Tagovailoa does not take snaps in a game. Teddy does, and everybody immediately goes, yeah, that's what you need.
Mm-hmm.
It's that guy right there.
Seems so far out of the realm of possibility. Thinking, we have gone from the tank for Tua just a couple of years ago.
How'd that work out?
It didn't work out. It didn't work out at all. And now before the rookie contract's even up, he gets benched for Teddy Bridgewater.
I could easily see it. Jeez. And then with the Buffalo Bills, it's kind of hard to have a spicy take with a team that I've already said I think is going to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
So I went as spicy as I could.
Okay.
My 2022 MVP, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen wins the MVP.
He's currently the favorite in Vegas, and I'll be honest with you, I've tried. Mm-hmm. I love a good underdog. I can't see a place that I could put the money and not just laugh as I was doing it.
Yeah.
Going, hey, look, watch this. I'm going to set dollars on fire. Don't do that. That's crimes. It's totally illegal.
James Cook, RB1 for the Buffalo Bills.
I think it's going to be look, I love him. I talked him up throughout the entire process. I just think it's going to be a split.
Mm-hmm.
I think that will be one of those. I'm trying to even draw Washington, where you go, this guy's so much clearly better than everybody else, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
You still get the J.D. McKissicks and the litany of other running backs that get touches.
Mm-hmm.
And Devin Singletary has just enough pop to keep that from ever being completely his team.
Okay. You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We still have the North and the South in the AFC 2022 bold predictions. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click on the live video link, subscribe to the channel, give us your bold predictions in the chat. We'll talk about those as well coming up next.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Well, the weather pattern's looking nice here into the midweek forecast. Just a stray storm at most here for the top of the work week. 61 degrees, our low tonight, 85 on Wednesday. Isolated thunderstorms Thursday, 83 degrees, and the first weekend of June is going to be really nice here with low humidity Saturday and Sunday. High temps in the 70s, lows in the 50s coming up this weekend. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Westbound side of the Captain Jeff Bowen Bridge, traffic volume very busy. 26 westbound slow between Airport Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway. 40 westbound slow between the Smoky Park Highway and George's Branch Road. Near Inca Village, Sardis Road, north and southbound between Sandhill Road and Bavard Road, delays. Near Avery Creek, Bavard Road northbound approaching Long Shoals Road is slow. Sweeten Creek Road, north and southbound approaching Mills Gap Road, delays. Hendersonville Road southbound approaching I-26 after Butler Bridge Road, slow. I'm Lee Binfield with your Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, make sure to cast your vote for the official combo meal of MLB at DQ.com. With Tim Anderson's Burger and Blizzard Meal and Bryce Harper's Burger and Blizzard Meal, you just have to try both. Vote for your favorite at DQ.com. Happy tastes good.
Hey everyone, I'm CJ Toledano.
And I'm Alex Wong. If you want a podcast about the NBA and everything that's taking place off the court, I'm talking about fashion, I'm talking about social media, I'm talking about favorite post-game quotes, we've got you.
You know we're talking about starter jackets, Alex.
Yeah, I know, and you're going to remind me about the Charlotte Hornets one that my parents never bought me.
Ooh, I'm sorry about that.
Anyways, check out Running the Break with CJ and Alex on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can save just by being you. DriveWise in the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback, and by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe just by being yourself. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other safe driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You can't get much for $5 these days. Unless you go to Wendy's for a $5 Biggie Bag. Get your choice of double stack, junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken BLT. Plus 4-piece nugs, fries, and a drink. All for just $5. That was smooth, wasn't it? That's how you're going to feel when you get that Biggie Bag at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes 4-piece nuggets, small soft drink, and small fry. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, Low prices. Love the savings.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WBNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WBNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WBNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
The Sportsocracy.
You were just dumber than a bag of hammers.
Back here in the Ingles Studio on ESPN Asheville. Again, a programming note. We will not be with you tomorrow. Braves baseball will be on in our time slot. Back with you on Thursday. Do want to tell you, though, sometimes life throws you curveballs, and you just got to kind of roll with the punches. Look, the last couple of weeks, I haven't been knocking the pounds down with the PhD weight loss program like I have been. But here's the thing. It's going to happen. You're going to stall out. You're going to have these days and these weeks where the pounds aren't falling off as much as they had. And your coaches will sit you down and they'll talk with you and they'll say, look, we know the plan. We know the plan's going to work. All you have to do is stick with the plan and continue doing what you've been doing. For 25 weeks, I've lost over 66 pounds on this program. I'm knocking on the door of that 70-pound bag, and frankly, I know it's coming, so all I have to do is be patient, stick to the plan.
My goal was not necessarily to lose tremendous numbers of pounds. It was to get back into the shape that I needed to get into so that I could go to the gym, walk on the golf course, and get some sleep. I've had sleep problems my entire life because I was so heavy. In just 26 weeks, all of those things have been satiated. Minus one ill-fated bend over on the golf course. Walked it, did just fine. A little catch in the back, but that has nothing to do with being heavy, thanks to PhD Weight Loss.
MyPhDweightloss.com is the website. You can book a free consultation with them today. Doesn't cost you anything. Sit down with them. They will tell you all about the plan, and they will tell you how successful it can be. You've already heard my story and Jeremy's story. There are so many other stories out there like it, and they're so good that the Clemson Tigers have now partnered up with them. PhD Weight Loss, the official weight loss program of the Clemson Tigers and their fans. We're talking 2022 bold predictions for the NFL season. I know the NBA playoffs are coming up, and we're still in NHL hockey season and all of that. But what can you rap about in the middle, at the end of May?
Yeah, we'll do it again. We did it to start the show. We'll do it again now. The Celtics are terrible in close games. Sorry about your luck, Heat. You were completely decimated, and that was kind of predictable.
Yep.
The Warriors are really good. And scene.
And scene. Talking about the AFC bold predictions for this upcoming season, AFC South. Let's go with the South because, you got the Indianapolis Colts, Tennessee Titans. Other than that, you got two bad teams. So let's get weird, and then we'll give you the bold predictions.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
All right, we have always just weird people doing weird things. And look, love is love. You've seen those bumper stickers out there, but when it comes to loving inanimate objects, this is one thing that I can't get down with. There is a woman, Sarah Rodo. She lives in Germany, and she has an illegal love, apparently, in Germany because she can't be with the one that she loves the most. And the one that she loves the most is a Boeing 737. She loves the Boeing 737 so much that she says she is sexually attracted to it and that she wants to marry the Boeing 737. Now I don't know if this is just all planes or if this is just the giant Boeing 737 model that she is seen in pictures on the interwebs, just embracing, cuddling with. I mean, this thing is as big as her. So it's like a 5.5 foot long Boeing 737. She has named it. I will not share the name with you because it could be misconstrued as titillating. But she wants to marry it. And apparently it's against German law to practice and to marry inanimate objects. It's called objectum. She's an objectum sexual. It's a new one for me. Wow.
Indeed.
Yeah. I
often say in this particular segment, don't do crimes. There's no future in crimes, and a 53-year-old Rochester, Minnesota woman learned that the hard way. Apparently, over the course of the last 3 weeks, she has been harassing the Rochester Police Department because she would drive at high rates of speed around the town with a bullhorn, just screaming things out the window. They have either pulled her over or lights and sirens her 11 times over the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the 12th time was last week, and it'll probably be the last time for a while because she took off. She saw lights and sirens, took off. Well, here's the thing. The Rochester Police Department has a do not chase order.
Policy.
Yeah, their policy is we don't do car chases, so when she took off, we have the license plate. We'll get you when we get you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she didn't know that. I don't know. She took off.
Yeah.
And she took a right down a closed street.
Oh, that's never good.
Nope. She caused between $30,000 and $40,000 worth of damage because she went 175 feet down wet concrete.
Oh.
Her car is now a gigantic paperweight because it is covered in concrete that I don't think you're going to be able to get that off that easily. Yeah. She was obviously cited, arrested, now is facing a great big fine from the city because she righted when she should have lefted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my grandfather used to say this about playing golf. You got to get your towards right. That's the only thing that really matters. You're going towards that way. She was off there.
Yeah.
Don't do crimes. The number one thing I want to know, how'd they get her out of the car? Because this was 2 lanes of paved or of fresh concrete.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did somebody wade through that to go get her? I don't know how concrete works, and I don't claim to be handy in any way.
Fire truck? Would you get the fire truck with the ladder out there? Although it's 175 feet. I mean, that's insanity.
Oh, yeah. And now the car is bad.
Just leave her there. Just leave her there and let nature take
you
its
figure
course.
it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know you're going to get out of the car?
Luck.
You figure it out. You got yourself in, you get yourself out.
I'd 100% made her walk to me. Come on. Just open the door and you come walk to me. I'm not stepping out there. I'm not getting my my boots.
One of my favorite parts of the story is at the very end. They said, and the construction crew got overtime to repave it. I would have been so mad.
Oh, gosh. Can you imagine working on that job? I mean, just working that job, you're getting the street all nice and prepped, and then some jackwagon just runs right through it.
You strike me as the kind of person that signs your name in wet concrete.
No.
Yeah, I never got it.
I mean,
how do you get it off?
I did once for a sidewalk that I helped build.
Yeah, how do you get it off your hands? It's concrete.
Just use a stick. Put your hand in it.
It's too much work. Now I got to find a stick, and and what if the stick breaks? Now that's just too much work.
It's just too much. Just too much. 2022 NFL bold predictions. Talking about the AFC South. Now, you've already said you think that the Indianapolis Colts are going to win this division.
I do.
And I tend to agree with you on that one. Tennessee Titans losing A.J. Brown was a huge loss for them. I just don't know that they have the weaponry to keep up with the Indianapolis Colts. But if you're going to give the bolder prediction for the Indianapolis Colts, what would it be?
They will be the highest wild card team. Their schedule is not that tough.
No, it's not.
They play a lot of. Yeah, I could see them win. I could see them reeling off a bunch of wins. I don't think the A.J. Brown thing is going to burn them as much as people think. The way this offense has always been predicated.
Okay, so you're talking about the Titans.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's a great benefit to Jalen Hurts because now you have the yak receiver that can make up for his deficiencies as a quarterback. Ryan Tannehill's not a deficient quarterback. He has an arm.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a very specific scheme that he has to play in. What does that mean? It means that you have to be able to play action. You have to be able to get him out of the pocket because that's where he does his best work.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's changed there. People are throwing dirt on the Titans, and I do not get it at all. This was the 1 seed in the AFC. Now, do I think Matt Ryan in Indianapolis is better than them? I do. Good defense. I think the defense will be good again next year. I think it's actually going to be drastically better next year because you'll actually get something out of Caleb Farley as opposed to, I think he played 90 snaps last year or something ridiculous like that. So the secondary will be better. Pass rush was good last year. I don't think there will be the big regression without A.J. Brown that everybody thinks there will be. But I do think they're going to lose to the Colts twice. And the Colts will win the division.
Mm-hmm.
But I have the Titans as the 5 seed, ahead of the 2 teams from the AFC West.
Right. I think
their schedule is so daunting that I think Tennessee ends up in front of them.
Okay. I could very well see this team being very good. They'll be a playoff team. I'm very interested to see how Robert Woods and Treylon Burks, how that all works with this team, because we know that they're going to be good running the football. I mean, as long as Derrick Henry's healthy, they're going to be able to pound you.
I'll go one step further, too. No rookie receiver in the NFL has more yards than Treylon Burks.
He's stepping into the best immediate target share.
He goes right into that A.J. Brown role. Mm-hmm. Now, the comparisons of the two, I think, are a little overstated because they're not exactly the same player, but I do think they can play the same role.
All right, how about the Indianapolis Colts? Give us a bold prediction for them.
I could see a path where they're the 1 seed in the AFC. You mix the schedule with how good that team is. They're the only team, to me, that has win your division kind of talent that doesn't have a murderer's row
of a schedule.
Now, I think they're better than Tennessee. That's the reason I can't put them in. I can't put Tennessee in that.
Mm-hmm.
Indy's schedule is really kind. And I think Matt Ryan's better than people believe. And that's my other spicy take with him. Matt Ryan's going to finish top 5 in this league in passing yards. And Michael Pittman may very well be the leading receiver in the NFL.
Really?
I think he could be wide receiver numero uno.
I don't think I can go down that path, Matt Ryan. I still feel like he has a lot of gas left in the tank. I just don't know that he has top 5 capability anymore, especially with those weapons. I mean, I like Michael Pittman.
That's well you should.
Alec Pierce, I think, is going to have a fine rookie season. I don't think he's going to have a great rookie season. But then I don't believe anything else about that offense. I mean, obviously Jonathan Taylor, but he's not a force in the passing game. And that's what I'm saying.
He can be. And the 47 other running backs they have.
Mm-hmm.
This team is going to just grind you out. That's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the schedule and go, you know what? Matt Ryan playing 17 games is going to put him in the top 10 in passing yards. And I think he'll have some of those that you go, yeah, that's the Matt Ryan that went to a Super Bowl. I'm not as out on the weapons as you are. Now, some of them are deeper finds, like Ashton Doolin. I can't remember how to say his name. Michael
Strahan.
Is it Strahan?
I think it's Strahan.
It?
Yeah, spelled stretching.
Those were both high-level, lower-tier prospects that a lot of us liked.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to hit on one of those. Then you look at the tight ends. You got Jelani Woods, who I was very fond of. I see enough here that you mix the fact that you have the best running back in the NFL to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's
damn
plenty.
Good offensive line.
Yeah. Still wish they would do something on that left side. I'm not loving this whole Matt Pryor. Hey, maybe Bernard Raymond can. No. Oh, no. Go get Dwayne Brown. Make me feel better.
I see, to me, they're a couple of pieces away from selling me on this team. Get Dwayne Brown. Go get a wide receiver. I don't care who it is. Just give me something to believe in more than a rookie. And Michael Pittman, who I don't know that he could be a 1.
Oh, he's a 1.
Yeah.
He's a 1. He's a 1.
I know he's your little boyfriend.
He's a 1.
Jacksonville Jaguars, bold prediction.
They're going to win about 3 more games than you think they will. I don't think the Jacksonville Jaguars belong in that Falcons,
Bears,
Seahawks, New York Giants, dregs of the league territory. Do I think they have gotten to where they want to be? No. You threw a bunch of money. And I think you may end up wasting Trevor Lawrence's rookie deal because you've put yourself in a position where you're not as flexible as you were. But I will also say this. I could see a path that they have 2,000-yard running backs.
In ETN and James Robinson.
2.
Wow.
They're going to be a team you don't want to play. But that's my bold prediction for them is they're going to have 2,000-yard from scrimmage running backs in ETN and James Robinson.
Okay, total from scrimmage.
I could see them both rushing for 1,000 yards. I don't know exactly how Doug Peterson's going to use Travis Etienne. He's one that his name goes way too high in fantasy drafts. Like James Robinson just disappeared.
Still 8th round.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I would, to me, I would have them very close to each other, and it would be the late 6th, early 7th.
If Travis Etienne's been going in the 4th.
Yeah, stop that. That's a bad idea.
Sometimes the 3rd. No. Jacksonville Jaguars, I think they have a great potential.
I don't see a great potential. I just see talent. They have a lot of talent, which is what those dreg teams, they don't have that. So you mix that with the fact that you have a quarterback that I really believe in, you're going to win games that you shouldn't. I don't feel that way about Houston, but I do like the quarterback.
If there is a team of those dregs in that, 2 to 4 or 5 win range that I think can win more than that, I would say you're right. Jacksonville Jaguars.
I think they're going to be right there with the Jets. I think the Jaguars and the Jets are going to be intertwined all year long.
All right, give me a bold prediction for the Houston Tejans.
I think Davis Mills is going to be good enough that they don't feel like they have to draft a quarterback next year.
That's saying a lot.
It is.
Because we know they're going to be at the top of the draft.
They're going to be in the top 10, but there are, I would say, 4, as of right now, transcendent talents that don't play quarterback that are going to be in next year's draft. And I could see them being the team that just sits there and goes, you know what, let Will Anderson fall right in our laps.
Right.
All the rest of you take the quarterbacks, and we'll sit right here and take the best edge rusher I've ever seen. I do think Davis Mills is the quarterback of the future, and I think he's going to prove it this year.
Chicago Bears pick 1 next year. They're picking a quarterback. You want to say yes.
I do want to say yes. I want to say yes so bad.
I don't think
and here's why I'll tell you that.
Can.
This is a completely new regime that has absolutely nothing to do with Justin Fields.
That's very true.
There were a ton of people in this league that did not believe in him at all. So I could see a path that they see a year of it and just go, this is not going to work. Especially when you look at the way that offense is going to run. It's a bad marriage.
I just don't know that I can see Matt Eberflus losing out on Will Anderson. The opportunity to get a generational type pass rusher.
And I don't disagree with what you just said. I also don't see a path that Matt Eberflus looks at Justin Fields, who is a walking mistake, going, yeah, I'm going to tie my only shot at being a head coach to that guy.
Right.
I can't buy it. Now, when I did my mock draft, which you can find on our YouTube channel right now, the never too early 2023 NFL mock draft, I couldn't get past Will Anderson going to the Bears. I didn't think about anything longer than I thought about that.
Is Marlon Mack the leading rusher for the Houston Texans this year?
No. I would say no.
So would you put your money on Dameon Pierce?
That's where I would go.
Okay.
Now, I don't think any of them are going to be particularly good because there's about 19 of them on the roster.
Right.
Rex Burkhead.
Ugh. Oof. Not good. Houston's going to be bad once again. They'll be picking at the top of the draft. Jeremy says the bold prediction for 2022 is that Davis Mills will be so good?
He will impress enough
Okay.
that they will not feel the need to take a quarterback next year.
Okay. Which will be hard for them to pass up on. What is it, 9? Are we up to 9 quarterbacks now in the first round?
No.
It feels like the number grows each and every day. All right, the AFC West. Or no, excuse me, the AFC North. This is where things get interesting. Because as much as we love the AFC West, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. The AFC North is going to be just as fun, in my opinion, this year.
The AFC North is going to be very, very good.
I don't know what happens with Deshaun Watson. None of us knows what's going to happen there. How long is he going to be suspended or not? I mean, I feel like
I'll start with Cleveland.
Okay.
I don't care how many games Deshaun Watson plays.
Yep.
They're not finishing better than third in this division.
Okay. They will not beat the Baltimore Ravens, and they will not beat out the Cincinnati Bengals.
Nope. Those two teams, to me, are just drastically better than Cleveland. And I go back to that, okay, what do you do really well?
Mm-hmm.
The defense has always been good.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always said, if you had a competent quarterback, you would be a Super Bowl contender. And I'm not telling you they're not. Unfortunately, I think you let this division pass you by. Baltimore has the most talented roster in this league.
Mm-hmm.
I am so tired of hearing people slight me on Baltimore because it is comical to me. And Cincinnati has the scariest offense in the NFL.
Yep.
I can't find a way Cleveland's better than that.
If Cleveland had been able to make the move for Deshaun Watson 2 years ago, then maybe they would have had a chance to win this division and be the kings of the division. But you've gone through so much attrition, especially with the weapons. No Jarvis Landry, no Odell Beckham Jr. Still believe in the running backs. You still have some pieces.
Oh, I think you'll be able to run the ball just fine.
Mm-hmm.
The Njoku deal is insane. You're counting on Amari Cooper, who I have always thought was probably the very bottom of the barrel of a true number one receiver in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And I just look around the rest of it going, is there anything here that really impresses me? I mean, Myles Garrett does. I really like Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it's a lot of, it's good. Unfortunately, there's great in your division.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, Brown's going to Brown.
All right, so the Browns finished third in the division, no better than third in the division. Could they be the worst team in the division?
No. I don't see a path at that. If Pittsburgh wasn't Pittsburgh, I would say they're going to finish 5 games behind everybody else in this division. But I will say this. I think Najee Harris leads the AFC in rushing.
Okay.
Which is, that doesn't sound spicy at first glance until you realize that Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor are both in this conference.
Yes. And considering that Jonathan Taylor won the rushing title last year with, 1,800 yards?
The thing I will tell you, look at what Tennessee has done, look at what Indianapolis has done to bring in extra running backs. Indy, Tyson Williams, you already had Naheem Hines, and you brought in Philip Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
You're not bringing in that many running backs because you feel like you're going to run Jonathan Taylor in the ground again.
I think they drafted 2 as well.
They did, but they were
Devontae
late.
Price?
Devontae Price is one of them. I don't remember the other one.
Yeah, I don't either.
They brought in a lot of running backs because they do not want to run Jonathan Taylor into the ground. Najee Harris is the guy in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
He will get the biggest share of carries of any running back in the NFL. I think Pittsburgh's fine. I just think they're in the wrong division. Pittsburgh is my 4 in this division, and it's by at least 2 games.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't buy anything about the quarterback situation there, whether it
I think Trubisky will be fine. My fear is that you took Kenny Pickett in the first round. You're going to chuck him out there, and it won't take long at all for you to figure out what it was I saw in him.
Right. Still believe in the weapons. The pickup of George Pickens was good. Still got Pat Freiermuth, so there's still firepower there. But it all comes back to the quarterback position for me. Defense is going to be good.
I'm afraid you're going to be bringing a water pistol to a gunfight with little tiny heads Kenny Pickett against Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Cincinnati Bengals, bold prediction.
I'm trying to think of how I want to phrase this. I could see the Cincinnati Bengals having 3 receivers with over 900 yards and Joe Mixon in the top 5 of all-purpose yards in the NFL. This is the best offense in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And don't really think it's all that close.
Yeah, I was going to say 3 league leaders. That would be a bold prediction for this season.
I think they will have one guy in the top 5 in all 3 major offensive statistical categories.
Agreed.
Passing yards for Burrow, receiving yards for Jamar Chase, rushing yards for Joe Mixon.
Agreed. And then you still have T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd to, just add a little bit more spice to this offense. I don't see any. There's been so many predictions that have been made about the Cincinnati Bengals taking this step back. The Super Bowl hangover, is it a real thing?
Well, it's because it's the Browns. You saw it once, and that was a cute little story. But the Super Bowl hangover, they never make the playoffs. Well, this team's going to.
Yeah,
this team's going to.
I would agree. I think the defense is still going to be good. They've got all the pieces.
I think the defense has taken a nice step forward, to be really honest with you.
Okay. And that brings us to the Baltimore Ravens.
Speaking of defense, bold prediction with Baltimore Ravens, number 1 defense in the NFL. I think this will be the best defense in the NFL.
Points-based or yards-based?
I think across the board. I think this defense is insane. And that's the thing. When you start doing power rankings and bold predictions, things like that, people just immediately go to the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lamar Jackson's like the 10th best quarterback in the league. I don't disagree with you on that. I don't think he has to be that great. But he doesn't have any receivers. No, he has Mark Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
He has Mark Andrews. He has Rashad Bateman. And that's what they need to run this team this way. They're going to run a lot, and they are going to bludgeon you defensively.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best draft I've ever seen. Ever. Offensive line is good, intact. Tyler Linderbaum has been everything they thought he would be and more. This is a really good division. And I think Baltimore has the best defense. Cincinnati has the best offense.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, which one wins out? Because I think they will be neck and neck all year long.
I would agree with that, and I think defense wins championships. Baltimore Ravens were my pick to win the 2022 season Super Bowl, and I don't think there's any way around it. That defense will be terrifying at every position, and I can't wait to see it. You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. When we come back, Jeremy's mad.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Because slow traffic volume, 26 westbound between Hendersonville Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway. 40 westbound stop and go between the 26-240 split Malfunction Junction and Georges Branch Road. Near Inca Village, Sardis Road westbound between Sand Hill Road and Bavard Road, traffic stop and go. Near Avery Creek, Bavard Road northbound approaching Long Shoals Road is slow. Again, Bavard Road northbound slow between Clayton Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Sweeten Creek Road north and southbound near Mills Gap Road delays. I'm Lemon Fuel with your time saver traffic.
This report is sponsored by Northern Tool and Equipment. Power buys are back at Northern Tool and Equipment. For a limited time, save $150 on a Yellow Jacket 3-ton floor jack or $80 on their North Star 26-gallon sprayer. Shop in-store or northerntool.com.
Vineyard Vine's golf collection is packed full of quick-drying, moisture-wicking, and endlessly wearable performance gear. Take our on-the-go pants. Wear them for 36 holes on a 90-degree day and you'll come away dry, cool, and super comfortable. Or how about our Sankety polos? If the wrinkle-resistant, lightweight performance fabric wasn't enough, they have UPF 30 sunblocking protection too. Your Move sunscreen. Shop the collection at vineyardvines.com and use code IHEART10 for 10% off your first purchase. Vineyard Vines, because every day should feel this good.
Hey DQ fans, make sure to cast your vote for the official combo meal of MLB at DQ.com. With Tim Anderson's Burger and Blizzard Meal and Bryce Harper's Burger and Blizzard Meal, you just have to try both. Vote for your favorite at DQ.com. Happy tastes good.
Meet Boost, the fizzing amazing vitamin boost that turn your H2O into H2O, so you feel like
I like to boost it, my vitamins can boost it. I like to boost it, we like to boost it.
Because it's not just vitamins, it's Boost, the fizzing amazing vitamin boost.
Find Boost, the vitamin boosts, at Walmart or walmart.com and give yourself a boost with Boost.
Rogue Combat Club, Asheville's home for comprehensive martial arts training, has a goal for our community, one that's stronger, more fit, and unwavers in its support of one another. Rogue Combat Club's instructors have competed at the highest levels and offer classes for everyone from young children to adults in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and wrestling. Rogue Combat Club classes can help you boost your self-confidence and self-defense skills while weeding out the egos and intimidation found at other gyms. Join today at roguecombatclub.com.
Now is the time to get in the driver's seat of your career. Ingles Markets is looking for new regional drivers to join our Land to Sky distributors fleet. Start with 2 weeks paid time off and paid holidays. Our drivers average over $80,000 per year and they're home every week. Land to Sky offers excellent pay and a great benefits package. 6 months of CDLA driving experience is required to apply. Visit ingles-markets.com/careers to know more. That's ingles-markets.com/careers.
Dirty perky shark back flat. I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore. Shark back flat.
Good. Let the hate flow through you.
We have avoided talking about the NBA all day, and there's one very patent reason for that, and his name is Max Strus. Max Strus had a three-pointer with 11 minutes to go in the third quarter that was taken off the board because the replay official saw that he stepped on the end line. Did he do it? I have no idea. I've watched the replay 600 times. I can't tell. Should they have overturned it? No. But did they? Yes. Does that have anything to do with why you lost to the Celtics? No! Why are we still talking about this a full 2 days later? He just did a press conference in Miami an hour ago complaining about, I can't believe they took the three-pointer off the board. Here's the thing. You had the ball in your best player's hands with 16.6 seconds to go. He got a wide open, uncontested three. It didn't go down. The Boston Celtics did everything in their power to give you this game. Mm-hmm. They already did it in Game 6. They did everything in their power to give it to you in Game 7. You didn't take advantage of it. You know what it didn't have anything to do with? That stupid call with 23 minutes to go. You had all the opportunity in the world. So today, Max Strus and Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat, you know what you should say? Hey, you know what? Things didn't go our way. We'll be back next year better than ever. That's the only thing you can say. Stop worrying about a blown call with 23 minutes left to go in the game.
But that's what we do. It makes sense on the scoreboard.
Well, if they had given us that three, the entire dichotomy of the game would have changed.
Indeed.
You ever seen one of those movies where they travel back in time and you can't kill a bug because it could throw off the whole space-time continuum? Kind of the same principle.
Yeah. The Sportsocracy will return to you here on ESPN Asheville and on the YouTube stream on Thursday. Braves baseball tomorrow afternoon here on ESPN Asheville, and we'll be back Thursday to preview the NBA Finals live here in the Ingles Studio.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Well, the weather pattern's looking nice here into the midweek forecast. Just a stray storm at most here for the top of the work week. 61 degrees, our low tonight, 85 on Wednesday. Isolated thunderstorms Thursday, 83 degrees, and the first weekend of June is going to be really nice here with low humidity Saturday and Sunday. High temps in the 70s, lows in the 50s coming up this weekend. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, make sure to cast your vote for the official combo meal of MLB at DQ.com. With Tim Anderson's Burger and Blizzard Meal and Bryce Harper's Burger and Blizzard Meal, you just have to try both. Vote for your favorite at DQ.com. Happy tastes good.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Tigers slow traffic volume, 26 westbound between Hendersonville Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway. 40 westbound stop and go between the 26-240 split Malfunction Junction and George's Branch Road. Near Inca Village, Sardis Road westbound between Sand Hill Road and Bavard Road, traffic stop and go. Near Avery Creek, Bavard Road northbound approaching Long Shoals Road is slow. Again, Bavard Road northbound slow between Clayton Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Sweeten Creek Road north and southbound near Mills Gap Road delays. I'm Lemon Fuel with your time saver traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
From the Ingles Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.